We are back in the shed. It's changed a little bit since you guys last saw it. We've got the 80 series up here, out of hiding. We've got Max's 400 horsepower FTE swap 105. And we've got a pretty nice looking shed since when you guys last saw it. Casting couch in the corner, some tools, some banner, some racking. It's all coming together. But what's exciting about today is we're not only going to give you guys an update on Max's Super Tourer here, but we have a very exciting, new to the market product to fit to Max's car. This thing has been not quite finished for a while now, and it's time we finally get you one step closer.
Yeah.
A bit's changed since these guys were last seen it.
Yeah. So we're pretty well done. I reckon we're about 90% of the way there. It's had the bar work done for a while.
Yeah.
The rear kind of setup and bar work has just been the factory that I built the car with.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be color coding and fitting a pretty hot design.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we're going to talk about throughout this episode on Max's car and that rear bar, but the big thing is it's got the integrated tow bar, chassis replacement, the first of its kind for the 105 80 series platform. Very exciting. Let's dive in. The cool thing about today is all this ugly shit and this trash tow bar going in the f***ing bin. Because the Cruiser Company one integrates it all. Behind here is the cross member, which we will be cutting out and deleting. And the Cruiser Company have done all the due diligence to make it legal for us to do that. So, very scientific way to show the departure angle. You'll be able to eyeball it mostly. You can see how flat this tow bar is, how flat this bar is from the rear tire. The thing with wagons, they smack their ass on everything. You wheel these things, not that Max will ever take this off the road, but like the cross member is like here, then you've got this like an inch of plastic, and then you've got 3 inches of tow bar under it. To be able to move all of this up, I think we're going to save at least probably 4 or 5 inches of departure angle. So
Probably more.
and there's one thing I could do is save a couple of inches. So
Gain a couple of inches.
gain a couple, save a couple. We'll give you some later.
A few inches later.
Okay, so the Cruiser Company, as we said, were nice enough to send us this brand new, at the time was a prototype. These are now available to buy through their website, but it's their integrated tow bar, rear bar for the 105 80 series chassis sort of platform. Now, you know on Max's bull bar, he went to the effort of color coding it in glacier blue, very rare color, and I think it looks sick with the black hoops.
Yeah, colors in a lot nicer.
And the body matched, I guess, body of the bar.
Yeah.
We're doing the same with this?
Yep. So we're thinking spray the base of the rear bar same color as the car, so it blends into the back of the car, and then probably keep the hoops black. I'm thinking so kind of very similar to like the black hoops on the bar.
I think black hoops are going to look sick because it's going to tie into the front scrubbies, and I think black swing arms, jerry can holder, etc. is going to look really cool. You've got a full size spare. Hopefully our boy Alec can bring that up as well. Yeah, there's literally no downsides to fitting a rear bar like this, obviously. I think in a wagon like this, which is a Super Tourer, suspension's set up for that little bit of extra weight anyway. To be able to get the spare, you don't even have a spare onto the side.
No, I don't even fit a spare onto the back in the factory spot.
So to be able to
no-brainer, really.
have a spare, have a couple of water jerrys or fuel jerrys for those longer trips, absolute no-brainer. The really cool thing is it's all legal. Comes with all the engineering paperwork that you need. They've done all the research.
They've done all the testing.
We don't know what we're doing. We
just fit the parts.
Speaking of not knowing what we're doing, sort of Rolf Harris wobble board here, but this is the checker plate piece. I guess it's a trim bit that goes on the top of the rear bar. We don't know. Yeah, maybe drop a comment below. Would you fit the checker plate silver? Did you paint it? Leave it off? That's fine. All right, Max has got the paint. He's got the clear. He's got a gun and everything. What we lack here is adequate sanding equipment and adequate spray painting equipment. So we are going to chuck this in the car, head down to Sammy Isles' place. He's been nice enough to let us use his shed and facilities. We're going to do a lot of taping up of bits that we don't want painted. This is everything else that we need to make this bar blue. I think it's going to look really good, body color. A little bit different to what you guys are going to be used to seeing, I think. When you guys get this bar, most of them are just going to be black, but we want this thing to be a super tough, custom looking tourer, and that's exactly what we're going to do. But the $250 spray gun you didn't need to buy. both industrially deaf, but
Stand way back there.
okay. It's important to pick a day to sand and paint when it's extremely high humidity, so we've nailed it, which is really good. Big shout out to Sammy for letting us use his shed, because
Shout out to Mitch Burrell and his pneumatic hand tool.
thank God, making this very light work. Now, it's important to use the right sandpaper for the job, which we also don't have, so big shout out to Mitch for saving the day yet again. 240 all over, and then probably come in with some 400 and some 600, then blast this thing snowy hydro blue and hope it comes out good, I guess. As two guys that really don't know what they're doing and don't paint things often, it really is a wing it and hope for the best situation. Also, comment below, thoughts on Daddy's tape job? Primary school, Daddy's tape job. What do you reckon, Sammy? Bloke can tape, or?
Yeah.
Pretty good, eh?
This is why you go to kindergarten, Sammy.
I repeated kindergarten 4 years in a row. When you're painting, 90% of the work is in the prep to make the end result look actually good. So we've just done a big 400, 240, then 400, then 600 sand, wax and grease now. And then I think we can start laying down some yummy yum. So spill all of Max's wax and grease everywhere, but almost party time. Oh! There's a couple of things to note here. You don't have to, but it's a bit of a 50-50 do whatever you like situation, putting hardener in your base coat. We put it just a pinch, a little Salt Bay pinch. Another little tip and trick that you can do is wet down the surface, or I guess the floor space of where you're painting, because at least that way any dust that is on the floor can't be swept up. And
Assuming you're not in a spray booth.
assuming you're not in a spray booth, assuming you're in your mate's outdoor shed with dogs running around and 54 blokes car driving through it. It is chaos, but it's fine. The end result is going to be something that I'm not proud of, but Max is going to have to live with. So, pretty keen. How many coats of base, Max?
Well, mate, we'll give it a light dusting and then we'll hit it again and see what paint we got left.
So what we're dealing with?
A couple coats.
Lovely, and then let it dry for a little while, and then clear.
Yeah, mate. So what you're going to do is you've got a bit of hardener in there, so it should dry fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Although it is overcast in the shade, so we'll give it a couple of hours probably.
Yeah, cool.
to be 100% sure.
Before we blast some clear on it.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll see how we'll play it later.
Very cool. It is a Saturday right now, folks. So in terms of this episode schedule, we are doing all the painting and prep now because it's going to take a couple of hours to actually dry. Then we can put the clear on and then we can get on with our day. Whilst that is all happening, we're going to head back up to my shed. We are going to hopefully assemble the swing arms, get all that sort of stuff ready, lay everything out so that the assembly process is really nice. We can also start removing the factory bumper off Max's piece of FTE Swaps 105. And then we do have to cut the chassis, which we're going to talk about more in depth up there. Not as scary as you might think. And then tomorrow, once all the prep's done and the bar's painted and dry, we can fit it up. Important to always wear appropriate PPE when painting. Okay, Max has actually done a pretty good job, turns out. Bloke knows his way around a spray gun. The black hoops look sick. The little black details look sick. If you... Max! Okay, as I was saying, the bar looks sick. Max is okay at the spray gun. I think the colour match is pretty good too. All our black details, the hoops around here look absolutely sick. We've still got to peel the tow bar off and undo some tape here as well. A couple of things I wanted to mention. We will show you the increased departure angle at the end of this episode. You are going to be absolutely beyond words. It's a massive improvement. You work with amateurs here, folks. Something that's worth mentioning is if you are a little bit scared to cut the cross member out of the back of your car because you're a little coward, it's fine. Cruiser Company do sell the non-integrated tow bar ones as well. One thing worth mentioning, we have touched on it already in this episode, but the integrated tow bar here, to be able to make it sleek and elegant and delicious and yummy and gabagool, you have to cut the cross member out here, 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 and here, and here, and you put this in the ocean with the turtles. Some companies are avoiding cutting the cross member out, which leads their bars to stick out that far, 150 mil past the cross member. So you have, you may as well have the rear bumper on. I understand the benefits they think of bringing the tow bar from down here up here, but if it's sticking out almost a foot, it sort of defeats the purpose. So this, I really do think, for the 8105s, this could be one of the best rear bars on the market, and it's legal, and it's good. Max is gonna now mutilate his car, and I'm gonna keep peeling tape off. So let's do it. All right, this is the cross member that Max is cutting out. Now, it isn't actually as scary as you might think. There is literally just a couple of small welds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 in total on both sides. You grind them and this whole basic piece is gonna come off, then just grind back the welds that are left on the chassis, and we're gonna touch them up with some chassis black, just so that we avoid any rust issues. And then that bar on with all the brackets and stuff. It is getting late in the day. We might almost have to wrap today up and continue fitting this up tomorrow. Hopefully we can get this off. We'll spray some chassis black on there and let it dry overnight. Let that bar fully dry as well now that we've unwrapped it. And then tomorrow it's gonna be game on. If you think about it though, this is pretty thin metal, and a lot of the time these are damaged all the time. Panel shops have to straighten them and repair them. The SHS part of the Cruiser Company rear bar that makes up the actual replacement cross member and the tow bar is way stronger than this. You're not only saving weight by getting rid of this and getting rid of the tow bar and the bumper assembly and swapping it to that one-piece unit, you're actually getting a way stronger replacement cross member. So there is literally no downsides to this. You just have to be a little bit mechanically minded. But like I said before, if this is all a little bit scary, you can still get the Cruiser Company bars without the integrated tow bar and run your factory tow bar underneath it. There's options, folks. Workplace health and who? Hey, come here. Sweaty boy. It's been a big day. Fiddly bits on the chassis, bars painted, Max is really sweaty and depressed, and everyone wants to go home and get the f out of here. So, we'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll put this on and we'll fit the swing arms and get Max on his way. High five. Let's go. All right, back here, day 2, hungover, sweaty, and exhausted. But we're gonna get this done. Max is looking at the instructions on how to do the next steps. Our paint is well and truly dry and hard, which is lovely. We are now gonna spend a bit of time putting all the latches, hardware, lights onto the actual base of the bar, and then we can start putting it on the vehicle and get it looking Mickey Mouse. Once this is on, then we can start fandangling with the swing arms and stuff. The jerrycan holder's assembled. The tyre swing arm is pretty simple. And then Max gets to wire to finish his day. So he's really excited about that. Oh, I actually feel the discs in my back slowly separating to the point of slip. All right. Bar on vehicle, it's all in the prep apparently. Once Max has mutilated his chassis and cut everything out of the way, this slides on pretty easily, and then it's just a matter of using the nuts on the little wire, get it all in there, pull it up tight, get it centered, and you're home and hosed. We've got the swing arms on, then we can start mounting all the stuff to the swing arms. It's all very modular, which is kind of cool. Then once that's all on, we can get the spare tire on, then we can wire it up, and we'll be done. I think for a home job on the spray, the color match is pretty damn good. I think having that lovely chrome rim, the Maxxis tire on the back of this thing is going to set it off perfectly. Let's get this done. Massive weekend, I think, well worth the effort. This thing looks absolutely sick. One step closer to being finished. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely a very involved bar to put together, but the outcome was 100% worth it. I think it looks sick. That paint match is on point, and we'll talk about the departure angle, but we got in heaps of clearance.
Yeah, I don't think we need to get the stick out and show you guys with the tape measure, because you can see how many inches we've saved alone. And obviously, the back of the car has come down a little bit with the added weight of the spare, but you've got some coils to swap into this thing to allow for that extra weight, and it's going to be absolutely sick. I think it looks sick. Definitely worth the extra effort of color matching it. I think that makes
100%.
Yeah, really ties in with the front bar too. Absolutely epic. Australian made good. The Cruiser Company sent us this out. Massive shout out to them. If you guys want to get a bar for your own vehicle, check them out on socials, on their website. And yeah, see you next Thursday.
I